Minds of a Rebel. You are now watching what?
Red Boxing!
Let's get it.
You know, this era of boxing is much different from the era that I grew up on. You know, the era that most of us, my generation, that we grew up on, there was no internet, there was no social media. Shit, man. Growing up, man, cell phones was just like really rolling around. They had the big block phones and some big ass giant car phones and shit like that, but there was no social media, there was no internet like that, especially early when I was, pre-teen ages, young, 9, 10 years old. Then the internet started rolling around when I was like in my late teens. That's when the internet, America Online and dial-up and all that shit started coming around. But now, we're in a new era where everything is all, technology just exploded. So then, we got this Facebook, and we have MySpace, and then we got Twitter, Instagram, and all this stuff now, and live Instagram lives. And so now in boxing, it's like now, that is that's the place to go to fight. It's almost like the thumbs, their thumbs is the boxing gloves now. A lot of these boxers, they lace up their fucking fingers instead of lacing it up in the ring. And you see that a lot in the most division you see that in is 135 pounds. That lightweight division is the king of Twitter boxers, bro. And other divisions, you don't really see that as much, man. Besides like Jamal Charlo, he's a Twitter boxer of 160. You really don't see that at 154, 147. You don't really see that. You don't really see that at 140 as much at all. You don't see that. You might not really see it. Not even the heavyweights, man. You don't see that. You see Tyson Fury running his mouth on social media sometimes. Deontay Wilder getting to the video and saying stuff, but that's it, man. That's all you really see. That's the game fights and shit. That's like the amp up fights, and you expect that kind of stuff. But you got these dudes at 135. They just making boxing look bad, man. They're not even in a fight, and they're up there talking a whole bunch of shit, and then they walk back their words. Ryan Garcia, after Devin ended up fighting Linares and got slightly hurt in that fight. Here's Ryan. I would have KO'd him. All right. Well, follow up with that. Bring more noise behind that. You ain't nothing else from him since. People ask him, you want to fight? Hey, Devin, he's, great fighter, man, but I want to fight Tank. Shit like that, man. Getting on social media, I would have KO'd Devin. Okay, reach out to him and KO him. Then you got Rolly Romero, the Cap King, or one of the Cap Kings. He's the new, I think you got to designate him the new Cap King of the division, because he gets on there and makes a rant. I told people, man, I think Rolly probably bumped his head when he was a kid or something, because sometimes he remind me like he just got off a yellow school, the short yellow bus or something. But it's all good to be ready to, to talk your shit in boxing, to try to get fighters in the ring. But it's one thing to just talk on social media, running your mouth, and then when people approach you with it, with the smoke, and then you start trying to back off from the heat, that's Twitter boxing, man. Instead of, it becomes Twitter boxing when there's no teeth to what you say. When all you're doing is just talking and running your mouth, and you're not doing any actions behind it, that's Twitter boxing. That's as much you're willing to just keep it on the social media arena rather than getting in the ring. Teofimo Lopez, him too, another one. Getting on camera, I don't even know what the fuck he did it for. What was the reason of him doing this shit? I guess people were saying he was ducking Devin Haney. Then you see the dude make a video, an Instagram live video, running around the mall with a Disney shirt on, with a Donald Duck doll wrapped around his neck, running around like a fucking moron. So I'm like, come on, man. Like, who told you to do it? Like, now you making yourself look bad. You see what I mean? Oh, and I'm here to end Devin's career. I'm trying to make sure Devin don't go far. But you fighting Kambosos. See? Could have easily made that Haney fight. That Haney fight could have happened. But he didn't make it. He didn't push for it like that. Twitter boxing, where they have specialized gloves strictly for the fingers. They need to come out with a new boxing belt, the WBA Twitter World Title or some shit like that, or a WBA Social Media World Title Champion of the World. Really, I'm serious, because it's like these dudes will go 12 rounds. They'll go 12 rounds on social media real quick, but won't even go one round in the ring with motherfuckers, man. It's sad to watch, man. It really is. I'd rather them just don't say nothing. If you really don't want no problems with the boxer, your best bet is to keep your fucking mouth shut. Cause y'all out here looking bad. Teofimo Lopez, Rolly Romero, Ryan Garcia. Those are the main ones. Them three right there. The Twitter king, the biggest Twitter boxers that's in the sport right now is those three. I can't find anybody else. That don't have fights with nobody lined up, but always talking about the person that they don't even have a fight lined up with. But then when they get called out for it, it's crickets. Unbelievable. But let me know what you think about this Twitter boxing era, man. I'm off this. Peace.